My name is Wesley Mitchell. I was born in Smithers, British Columbia, Canada. I have First Nations descent and Dutch heritage as well. I reside here in Prince George since 1986 on the Lheidli territory. I am the founder of the UHMBC Prince George Traditional Drummers in March of 2020 during the pandemic. The drum gave me a voice, and I thought during the pandemic, not only Prince George community and more needed support, needed a voice. So I brought out my drum and supported the healthcare workers and the patients. What inspired me to start the Walk and Talk was 4 years ago, the rise of the 215 in Kamloops, of the children that were buried at the residential school, and so many more since that were discovered, needed a voice. And it was proclaimed that on the September 30th of that year that it was going to be a National Day of Truth and Reconciliation. So on that day, and this day moving forwards, annually, I will continue to do the Walk and Talk. Bringing people together, the walk itself is the most important thing to me. Obviously the speakers, the survivors, the speakers, the success of past, present, and future, the Indigenous artists, the Indigenous drumming, the smudging, it's all very important, but the walk to me is the most, that we walk together, we walk as one people, we walk with our elders, our children, and I want those streets, I want the streets to be filled, to walk together and do a short circle, that short circle of life together on September 30th. The provincial government is walking forwards. What we need is collaboration and our nations to come together, and we need the province to be in our Indigenous communications, aka RESs, and listening to the people there, not just the chief and councils, but the actual people that live there. Accountability, educating, it's got to come from both sides. The government's there, they need to listen, they need to be part of. But even better would be hubs like Prince George on the Lheidli territory, having our nations come here for a big gathering, not down south, but up here in Prince George, the northern part, and have them gather and speak openly. But our nations need to speak together as one to the government, sit at the table and be assertive, respectful and calm, as an elder told me, with your voice, and talk. But the government needs to also not just pass money over, but the action and reconcile action is being there, being present on September 30th, walking, coming to the places like Prince George and walking. Our elected officials need to be there. I'd have to say since the 215, it's gotten better. There's been more awareness, but there's definitely not no actions. The call to actions need to come into play. They need to be knocked down one at a time, and not in time, not in a slow progress, but in a nice, sturdy manner. And there's got to be some meaning behind each one of them. No matter what party's in, we want an elder, we want gatherings where everybody's involved in the decisions and understanding of what's happening all over British Columbia. Vote is very important, because that's the only way we move forwards, is by stepping up with that action of going in and voting. So it's a learning experience, but it's your future. It's the future for your parents when they retire. It's the future for your children that you might have. It's the future for what job and education that you're striving for can affect, whether you have the funding, whether it gets the attention it needs. So you get to be part of that choice. It's not just one little vote. It's a whole bunch of one little votes and one that make a difference. Show the love and vote. Show the love. One vote at a time.